This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, September 28th, 2013. Now, our first look at the Zero-Z GFS model run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, you can see a trough digging into the upper Midwest and northern plain states with some energy along it. That'll be moving into the state today, and that'll be bringing us some rain showers, maybe a little bit of embedded thunder. No chance of any severe weather. Temperatures will be in the 60s north and west to near 80 far east. But when it starts raining, the temperatures will drop into the 60s. But that rain doesn't last very long. It's gone by Sunday. It'll be sunny. Temperatures will be a bit warmer, even though we've had a cold front. Temperatures will be back into the 70s with plenty of sunshine and a light south wind or southwest wind at this point. That frontal system just falls apart the further east it goes, ahead of with a low pressure center off in the Atlantic, keeping it from moving any further. The winds start to back to the southwest. Temperatures start to warm up again here Monday, again on Tuesday as a system goes way to our north. That won't affect us. That'll just keep the temperatures near seasonal or just above seasonal levels, around 80 at this point by Tuesday. And then as we head into even Wednesday, it'll still remain somewhat warm with highs in the upper 70s to low, maybe mid 80s, but some moisture is going to start to develop off to our west. That could come in here late Wednesday night and into Thursday, and that could bring us some showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm. It's getting to the time of the year where thunderstorms are going to become less numerous, and then we'll get more rain out of this. There could be a tropical system off in the Gulf that could move up into Florida. That may slow the system here down, and that may cause us to get some rain even into Friday. But you can see the lines, the 540 line is dropping into the northern plains, so it's going to get much colder behind this system, and it starts to cut off a low here next Saturday. We have some energy over James Bay, another with a cutoff upper low over Missouri and Kansas. And this is going to bring the cold air down and then sort of bring the system to slowly move around just to our south. This could bring some clouds, especially in our southeastern half of the state, but any rain activity looks to be out of the state at that point. Going further into the extended period here. On the 9th, we have pretty much a wavy pattern, but most of the storm track is way to our north. A ridge in the Gulf is going to keep the Gulf of Mexico closed to any moisture, so this is going to stay relatively calm, relatively seasonal at this point. Highs in the 70s at this point, even though that's a degree or so above average. And then as we head into the end of the forecast, or the end of the period on the 13th, the storm track's starting to come down a little bit. A ridge over Texas, most of the south, the southern, or the lower Mississippi River Valley, and the storm track will be a little closer, still near the U.S.-Canadian border. We still have southwesterly winds, so it's going to be dry and somewhat seasonally warm for the time of the year as we head into the middle of October, so we'll see if this goes on. Satellite image from last evening. There's that system that we were talking about coming through today. It has some clouds with some showers and a few thunderstorms from the plains throughout the plains. Another system moving into the Pacific Northwest coast. Watch warning map from last evening. We had a severe thunderstorm watch at the time in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas that expired not long after this video was made. A couple of winter weather advisories in the Rockies and a couple of wind and flash flood watches as well in the Northwest. And look at that. Lots of rain in the Northwest. This is rainfall through Wednesday evening. Upwards of 7 to 10 inches in the north and west, but around here we're not going to get 7 to 10 inches. More like a quarter to a half an inch with heavy rain to the south.